Viewer discretion is advised.
What up, Heel Faction? Welcome back to Heel Shit. Why do we call it that? Because bad guys do heel shit. I'm Dark Chords, that's Draven Grimes, this is HSP, this is Talking Shit, actually. You saw the title, it is Trials and Tribulations. We're just gonna try to get some negativity out before the end of the year, so we can move forward. And we'll be right back.
Cool! Living fast, we ain't slowing down. Always ready to turn heads around. Heel shit podcast, where the bad boys reign. Never following the norm, always causing pain.
How's everybody doing, man? God damn it, Elwood.
Turn your phone off this time. You don't know how. You don't know how. Fuck.
Jesus Christ. Elwood. Killing me, Smalls.
While we're dealing with that, with the phone situation, I think you said it best at the intro. Trials and tribulations. We had great success this year, especially for HSP, Heel Shit Productions as a whole. But we've had some downs this year, and I thought maybe for our sakes, for our mental stability, what little's left, we go ahead and just get all that shit on the table, figuratively and literally. At this point, we get it all on the table. We get it all out in the open. We get it all off our chest. That way, when we do Talking Shit this time next year, we come with a clean slate, no negativity brought from this year, and we go to newer and higher bounds than we have already.
I agree. So, start with the good parts.
Yes.
I mean, we've come so far in this podcast game. Right now, we've got like 400,000 downloads for the past 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're doing phenomenal on the podcast, so yeah. I can't be more proud about that.
Yeah, and at one point we charted the top 20 wrestling podcasts. Yep. And that's just not United States, that's worldwide. We charted top 20. That's something to definitely be proud of. I wish we had a little plaque somewhere. Yeah. Right about there. Well, at some point we'll get to it.
Our YouTube plaque will have to go there. We're definitely growing our video business.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube has grown quite a bit in the last 2 or 3 months.
Yep.
And hopefully it'll be more on par with the audio podcast come this time next year.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I mean, I'm very proud of what we've done up to this point.
I mean, it's not been an overnight sensation. I mean, we've put damn near 2 years worth of work into this, and the last 6 months have really started to show the progression of HSP, of Talking Shit. We brought back Weekend Wrestling. We're working on stuff for the paid members for YouTube, such as Calling Shit, the reaction videos with BDWJ. A lot of good stuff in the barrel. We also got Nerd Shit coming up next month. We're going to do that once a month. That's going to be interesting, especially with your style of video game, movies, music stuff, and a lot of our stuff is similar, but we also hit polar opposites of the I was expecting to already have the tears and the shit going, so I already came into this very emotional tonight, so just excuse me if I get a little lost for the words. But on top of that, on top of the podcast stuff, I mean, wrestling wise, we found our new home with New Wave. Met a bunch of great guys. At this point, I consider many of them like Big Johnny, Billy, Kyle, even that little shit Mel, family. And that's the great thing about pro wrestling. Once you find your home, so to speak, once you find where you're comfortable, you all become like a family. And from Danny the promoter to Eric the booker to Big Johnny, Johnny, Billy, Mel, everybody that came over from the WWA fiasco of 23. You know, we've built a brand. It's become a great brand. Unfortunately, we had some venue issues in the latter part of 24, but going into 25, we're going to have a new venue, new city, new fans. Same old TFK, though.
TFK. Yeah. So, the vast majority of the year, if you look at it from a business standpoint, has been really, really good. Hopefully, I mean, the goal this year is to expand this and to make this like the full-time job.
For the most part.
Yeah, and we're getting close to that. So, but as far as like
personal life, man, that's where the trials and tribulations come in. I'll start.
Please.
So, and this kind of leads up to the debut of New Wave, and of course, you were there for fucking all of it. There were points I was trying to figure out why the fuck you were still there, so to speak.
Why?
In my past, when I go through things like I did back in January, I push people away. That's my default, is to push people away, build up walls, and just become a hermit, so to speak. And you and Rip refused to fucking let me get like that. And to go into a little detail, I'm not going to give everything, but I'll give a good little bit. So back in January, and this is personal life, my wife and I were going through some turmoil, I guess would be a great word. We were at a crossroads, and one of us wanted to go one way while the other wanted to go the other way. And at the time, you know, she had her head in a different place than where I was. You know, she felt that the relationship was drifting apart. And instead of, you know, having a conversation about it, which, you know me, I'm big on conversation. We can't fix nothing. We can't talk about it. She decided to take other measures to try to, I guess, push me even further away. Thankfully, that didn't happen. Thankfully, you know, we were able to work through it and get beyond it and really, you know, grow from that experience. But I mean, the timing of that shit couldn't have been worse. Yeah. Our debut match for New Wave was that weekend that I found all this shit out. My head was not in the fucking game, and you felt that, and because of that, your head wasn't in the fucking game. And then add on the knee injury from the botched Boston Crab. You know, our debut, so to speak, for New Wave wasn't as grand as we wanted it to be. And, you know, my head wasn't there. And if your head's not 100% into it, you're going to hurt yourself. You're going to hurt somebody else. And you really don't want that on your conscience, especially with everything else going on. And, you know, you saw that and you were like, bro, I know we're supposed to stay the night. We're supposed to, you know, party with these guys, get to know everybody. But I got to get you home because you're going to be sitting here wondering what if. And I'm so thankful you did because of that. That was really the first step to fix what was broken. But yeah, the beginning of 24, I mean, from a business standpoint, from a wrestling standpoint, podcasting standpoint, shoot job standpoint, everything was great. But if your family life, if your personal life, if your relationship is shit, if it's on the rocks, everything else is affected. And because of that, you know, we had to miss a couple of dates because of me, and I own up to it. But, you know, I couldn't get back in the ring with the what if. I needed to be 100% sure on everything, whether shit was going to be fixed, whether it was, you know, time to move on to a new chapter of my life. So yeah, that was the start of 24. And it kind of just kept rolling as far as personal shit goes, right? Right after that was the anniversary of my grandmother's death, the 1 year, and that hit hard. again, trying to hermit up. Didn't hit me as hard as I expected it to. I guess because I kind of had my own way of grieving for a few months, and I just took it out in the ring. But yeah, that was still hard. It's still hard to this day. I know the 2-year anniversary is coming up soon, and it's going to be similar situation on top of, you know, what I got going on in the next few weeks myself. So that's going to be fucking fantastic, so to speak. And then, you know, leading on, we had the situation with my son. That's a very touchy subject. So give a little background for that for the newer audience, and for, I guess, Elwood, who's playing with his earwax for some reason. Dart, we need to give him a towel. That's fucking gross. My oldest son is autistic, and he's also got ADD, ADHD, and basically every 3 and 4 letter condition there is, on top of being 90% deaf and 70% blind. Like, he was not given a fair hand in life, and, you know, we tried to deal with the best we could, but due to everything at one time, his aggression is to a point where it threatens siblings, and it threatens friends and family. And between his consistent lying, his consistent stealing, and I'm not talking like go and steal a cookie out of the cookie jar. I'm talking stealing debit cards to buy V-Bucks off of Fortnite. I'm talking going and stealing whole cakes and eating the whole motherfucker at one fucking time. It's, you know, it was getting to be too much. And that's right, I would do some fucking work. Goddamn. The top left corner, the other left. Look at your right. Yes, the other side. The other side. Yes. God. The top.
God damn it, Owen. Look, we're going to train him. He'll be fine. He will be fine. Just...
I hope you have another one of these bottles, because I'm probably going to throw it out before this night's over with.
Probably not.
God damn it. Not on your dick, on the wall.
He'll be okay. I have faith in him. He'll be fine.
You're the only one.
You're Carrie, is what you're saying?
You're the only fucking one at this point. You prove to me. Yes, eat the paper. That's fine. Eat the paper and then poop it out, I guess. It's a fucking toddler. He's a fucking toddler.
He lives in a box.
But he has a cell phone.
He had to. He's got to come to work.
God damn it. Anyway. God damn it. This is what the new year holds for me. God damn it. Help me.
You would love it.
I need Terry in the fucking office to kind of balance out the Elwood bullshit.
You don't.
Yes, I do. At least he brings Lucky Charms. He brings me food.
No more strays.
You say that and you brought a stray. At least when I had a stray, it was in my office. I mean, he somehow still fucking...
Carry on with your story.
I don't even know at this point. Terry, if you bring me some Fruity Pebbles and some milk, I'll let you in the office. Fuck. All right. So with all the stealing, all the lying, all the aggression, we took it upon ourselves. We made a very tough decision for him to go into a temporary living facility, which it's not bad. It's a nice place. It's only about 45 minutes from here, give or take, from the studio. So, you know, he calls every day. We can see him whenever we want. If he's good, he gets day passes. And he's been there for about 5 months. But the beginning, I'd say the beginning to the middle of November is when they met the real him, so to speak. His aggression, his attitude, the way he lies about things, trying to steal things, has really been ramped up over the past 8-9 weeks, to the point of, you know, he's losing his day passes, his overnight passes. And again, we've had this conversation with him that, you know, this is a reflection of your attitude and, you know, your actions. And some days he understands that, but other days he just doesn't give a shit. And I get it. You're 13. You think you know it all. But dude, you're not supposed to be there. You're supposed to be home. You're supposed to be with your family. And, you know, it seems like you just don't give a shit. Yeah. I mean, and on top of all that, you know, I have 2 other children at home. Sure. You know, I have nieces and nephews come through all the time, you know, spend some time with us. And, you know, we have to take into account their safety. And, you know, is it plausible for him to be around them long term? And at this time, it's not. And it's a very, very hard situation to be in, because you go from having your son there every day to a 10-minute phone call to a day pass of 4 to 6 hours. If he's good. I mean, if he's being bad, you know, it doesn't matter what we say at this point. He's their responsibility. Right. Until he's signed off to come home. So, you know, dealing with that, especially through the holidays, and I'm glad he was able to come home for Christmas. But at the same time, he showed us that he's not ready to come home. Yeah. We had him for 3 days. By the end of the second day, he was right back to the aggression, the lying, the stealing, and it was heartbreaking. Because up till then, you know, from the time we got him home till basically, you know, Christmas night, everything was fine. But something switched, like something snapped in him. And he's right back to the same stuff. He was up all night. He went to his brother's room, stole his brand new Xbox, stole his Switch, stole his TV, took it downstairs.
Fuck?
Yeah. Like, I'm telling you, if my son could get his head straight, he would be a hell of a fucking spy.
Yeah.
He would be fucking Black Ops material because he's so goddamn sneaky.
Sneaky little bastard.
I can't tell you how many times he's come in our room, and I'm a light sleeper, and my door usually creaks and cracks a little bit when it opens, and I can hear that. Yeah. He come in my room, get my fucking PlayStation 5, take it out, not hear a fucking thing, and I know there was shit stacked on top of my stuff.
What?
Yeah, he's fucking, dude, he's fucking good. He's fucking good.
Goddamn cat burglar.
Dude, he can pick fucking locks. Don't matter if it's combination or a fucking padlock, he can fucking break that shit. He's fucking broke into my fucking wife's computer. Reset the fucking password. He's hacked into my shit, and that's fucking impressive to hack into my shit. Stole my fucking VPN information.
Holy shit.
Was watching hentai on fucking Netflix because, you know, in Japan that's allowed, and he figured out how to fucking use the VPN.
Oh, Jesus.
You know,
Christ.
At that point I wasn't know if I was supposed to be pissed off or fucking proud because of his knowledge.
Right.
But if he can just get his head straight and, you know, focus, you know, what's right and what's wrong and do the right stuff, he's a smart ass kid. I mean, granted, you know, he's autistic and shit, but autism is not a fucking disability. He fucking uses that shit to the fucking next degree. You know what I mean? Like, he is smart. Not book smart, but he's fucking smart. And it kills me that that's where we are, to the point, you know, they're considering extending his stay because he was supposed to come home in end of January, in just a few weeks. But now with how his behavior and with us having to report every little thing he did at home, and we had to report everything that he did, they're considering extending it. And if I remember correctly, I could be wrong, but I think we talked about it a couple times as family therapy sessions, where if he has 3 consecutive consecutive extensions, it goes before a judge, and the judge can make it from temporary to a permanent housing. At least till he turns 18, then he's reevaluated.
How many years, yeah?
This is his first extension, but he's just getting worse. So it gets revisited at the end of February, which I guess is a blessing in disguise. Because fun fact, we found out Friday that I'm having to have surgery to get my gallbladder removed in the middle of January, and my surgery date was the day he was supposed to come home.
Oh, jeez.
So I'll take that as a blessing in disguise. Give me time to fucking heal up before.
How long is the extension?
1 month. So February 20th, we go back and reassess it. I mean, and it could be 2 weeks from the first extension date to where they do another extension. It depends on his behavior. It depends on how aggressive he is and how much he tries to take advantage of everything. So yeah, that's just been a real hard situation. So yeah, that's kind of where my year's been. Just a lot of getting over some stuff from a personal family standpoint. I know we talked about this off air quite a bit, especially with the spouse stuff, where you said you wouldn't have dealt with that shit. You would have just kicked rocks, and I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad for once I didn't listen to you on that one.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate the fact that you were there through all that shit. You were there when literally nobody else was. And I'm not saying that, as far as
Not dissing anybody else.
No, not at all. But when you're going through some personal issues with your spouse, and your spouse is supposed to be that one person you can rely on, you can't rely on that person. It's good to fall back on a good friend, a true friend.
Absolutely.
So that's kind of been my negativity of 24. Just mostly at this point it's just my son, and want him to come home, but I can't risk the risk of injury, the risk of theft, because what he does in my home, what if he goes and stays the night at somebody else's house and he does that? What if something snaps at him and he assaults a child? That at that point, that's jail time.
Yeah.
You're going to jail.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you go and steal their money, steal their debit card information, anything like that, you risk going to jail. Hello, Poseidon.
Then the rains came.
Yeah, Poseidon's with us, but that's been my 24. That's all the negative in mine. But oh yeah, and the fucking car blew up last week, so there's that too. But going back to the work thing, and this is where I'm gonna give flowers to my employer. So we can clip this. If not, fuck it, I don't care. Some of them listen to it, some of them don't. I have hands down the best boss I've ever fucking had.
I agree, man. I don't even work there, and it sounds like he's amazing. You've heard all about my boss.
God, we'll get to her. I'm sure we'll get to her at some point tonight. But just with the family situation, there's never having to explain it. Being sick, never had to explain it, except for the first time. And I'll tell you why the first time. Because I went 4 months without calling out once. And it just happened to be my birthday week. And I called out the day before my birthday and my actual birthday. Because I had food poisoning.
Right.
My birthday, I actually went to the hospital. Because I couldn't deal with the pain no more. And that's when she wanted me to come into the office to talk about it. And I texted her. I said, as soon as I'm done at the ER, I'll come down there. And she said, don't worry about it. If you're at the hospital, just bring in your papers. No, fuck that. I went right up to the goddamn to the fucking office as soon as I got done. Yep. and I'm fucking green as shit. I'm talking like adrenaline tag team trim green. Like, cannot hold anything down. And I handed her the paperwork. I said, I'll do my best to be in tomorrow. She said, no, you take as much time as you need off. Like, no. Like, I don't have sick days yet. I don't have vacation days. Every day I'm out. You know, I'm not making money.
Right.
She took it upon herself to take those 2 days and make them sick days for me to get paid.
That's amazing.
It is. And then just the way they take care of their employees, making sure they're fed, making sure they're hydrated. You know, I've worked for a lot of construction companies that barely give you fucking water. These motherfuckers show up with fucking Gatorade, sweet tea, yeah, good shit. On top of that, just with the car situation, with it blown up right now, I don't know what the fuck's going on. But boss, you asked for all this information. I need to know what the fuck you're doing with the car before I do something stupid with it. So this is what happened with that. Christmas Eve, no, day before Christmas Eve, I was off Christmas Eve. I'm laying on the bench outside waiting for my wife to come get me, as she does. And he asked me where my car is. Me thinking it's, you know, something needs to be fixed or something. But, I mean, it doesn't need to be fixed. It needs a whole new goddamn motor. And I told him it was foobarred. It was blown up. He said, oh, okay, walked off. And we had that conversation because I went and asked my boss, which is his wife, if I can get like a loan or a front or some shit like that, something I can pay back. You know, I don't want charity. I want to be able to pay this shit back.
Absolutely.
And at the time, you know, they don't take any loans or anything like that out of the business fund, which I totally respect and understand. And at the time, they just didn't have it in their personal funds. So cool, awesome, understand, left it alone. 10 minutes fucking later, after telling her that my car was blown up, he called me 5 times in 5 minutes. He wanted a kind of car, calls me back. Motor size, calls me back. Fucking transmission, calls me back. Want to know the fucking color of it for whatever goddamn reason, as if he ain't fucking looked at it before, and then call me back for the VIN number. So I ask him about it. When we get back from Christmas, he sends me a winky face, and that's it. So, boss man, I need to know what the fuck you're doing. I don't know if you listen to this show when the girls are listening to it, but I need you to fucking tell me what the fuck's going on soon, my guy. So that's been my 24. That's been my that's all my shit on the table. So,
all right, let's hop to a commercial, and we'll get right back to it. Let me introduce you to our new sponsor, Smackin' Sunflower Seeds. Check this out. They sent us this huge box of samples with all these amazing flavors, from traditional flavors like the OG and ranch to unique flavors like cinnamon churro and my favorite, backyard barbecue.
Absolutely, man. Let's not forget the garlic parmesan, the cracked black pepper, and my personal favorite, the maple brown sugar. It is grade A, phenomenal, my guy.
So me, Draven, and Miner all sat down, went through all these flavors. Of course, we each had our favorite, but one thing we agreed on, this is an amazing brand. If you're a sunflower seed eater, definitely need to check this out. If you're not a sunflower seed eater, you still need to check these out because they got a flavor that you like, without question. Miner's favorite was dill pickle. I like the barbecue. Use the link in the description and enjoy.
So
Thank you, Smackin'. My mic was off. My apologies.
gay.
Super gay.
So I spilled out my heart and guts. I'm not saying I feel better about it. Oh, thank you. We love the fact that you love our shit. We don't try. We really don't fucking try. We're too hard. we just get on here and we shoot the shit. That's really all this is.
Oh, good, Jake. Appreciate it.
Yeah, but
Our thing. So we're just kind of shooting the shit, talking about our year and trying to put all the negativity behind us.
Yep.
Oh, thanks, bro.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Yeah, we like our belts too.
Yeah. Oh.
So I've got a little story All right, so oh hell yeah, it was a great pay-per-view. We're gonna be breaking it down on Tuesday with Edgar from Snug Wrestling. We'll talk about it tomorrow night also. This show, because of Christmas, is not our normal time slot, as you know. Tomorrow night, HSP at 8 p.m. Eastern, and Tuesday night, Weekend Wrestling at 8 p.m. Eastern. We'll be talking about the pay-per-view.
Oh, for sure, we'll be talking about it on Weekend Wrestling.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
These are my design. It's the TFK 6-man championship. Our faction mate has the third one.
Yep. So as far as the belts go, when we win tag team championships and promotions, we invoke what is called the Freeburger rule.
Mm-hmm.
And what that means is any two participants of said faction can defend the titles at any time. So instead of, having 7 tag team championships and we're doing a 5-day run in 5 different promotions, what we do is we hand off the promotional belts to Booker or promoter or whoever is in charge of it, and we just use these. That way our bags ain't fucking heavy, and it really shows our faction kind of taking over the division of that company. We've talked about doing like similar with a heavyweight championship, but it really just doesn't make sense. It's more or less we've never seen anybody really kind of defend a world title that wasn't the world champion.
Yeah.
So it just made more sense for the tag team championships. Plus they look good on fucking concession tables. People like to take pictures with them, sign them, all that good stuff. So yeah,
and
that's
I only do tag now. So
yeah,
he's
old.
Yeah, I'm old.
But yeah, with both of us, we're kind of winding down our careers. About another year or 2 left. We just want to have fun, and bringing these belts out after winning championships, and it gets us heat or it gets us cheers or whatever. I'm all for it.
Absolutely.
I mean, fucking John Cena did it twice. Why the fuck can't we do it once?
Serious. Yep. Too bad. We got to make something where it like comes out and it just.
Dude, I'm
just
goddamn. Well, maybe a version 2, but I have been thinking about getting us a couple of HSP belts made. But we use the United States spinner belt. But instead of the United States plate, we have an HSP plate that spins. I think that'd be fucking.
That'd be
cool.
dope.
We got to talk to our boys, see what we can do about that.
That'd be dope. All right, so I was filling up gas on Thursday morning. And I didn't have. I only had cash, so I went in and I paid, and I was coming out, and as I was coming out towards my car, these two. It was like a big Jeep, and a dude was filling out up his car, and it was like 2 definite gym bros, like tank tops, muscles, talking shit,
small dick, the whole
and I'm in my I'm in this hoodie, so it's this T-shirt, but it's the hoodie version,
which you can find on the Streamlabs merch site.
Yep. So and. If I'm dressed right, I still look big. All right, I'm not completely. Oh, thanks, Jake. So I still look wide and large, and I still fill up a fucking doorway. So I'm still a big dude, and I looked over to him, and they were talking about working out, and I just kind of smiled and went towards my car, and
gay.
And I guess one of them noticed that I kind of smiled to myself and walked away. And he goes, yo, hey. And I stop without looking at him, and he goes, what do you bench? And most of the time, if I don't know you personally, I'm dark cords. Most of the time, if we're not on that level.
Yes.
So I slowly I just kind of, without turning my body, I just slowly turned my head to him. He's like, "What do you bench?" And I was, "Human beings." And I just slowly turned and walked to my car.
No, the fuck you did not. So, questions. When you said human beings, did you catch their reaction to it first off?
They tried to hide it, but I wasn't looking at him. But like I saw, like he's like, "How much you bench?" And just like his face like goes like normal instead of snarky. And that was about it. But...
Okay. So when you say you bench human beings, are you talking about like little 8-pound babies that you're just like curling? Are you talking about like a teenager that you're just like doing fucking preacher man curls? Are you talking about like gigantic ass Elwood over here just benching that motherfucker?
Yeah, I mean
And do you have 2 3-year-old toddlers clenched onto your ankles for weight support?
Always.
Goddamn.
24 hours a day. No.
How did you get here?
Yeah.
That's fun.
So what do you mean by Titan championships? You mean WWE championships?
Let me see what you got going on. Favorite style of the Titan.
I think AEW has the prettiest belts in pro wrestling. I think their tag belts look the best. I think
tag team championships. For it ties for 2 for me personally. The 2003 to 2011 Raw Tag Team Championships were always like right there with it. I love the way those look, and the NWA World Tag Team Championships. Them two are always like top tier for me. The reason I wouldn't put the WWF Tag Team Championship from the 90s on there is because look. Every promotion either gets a fondue belt or they get a cheap replica and they put a fucking logo on top of it. Yeah. It's very bland. It's to the point. It's kind of like how a lot of promoters will just go and get the Winged Eagle Championship and just put their logo on that instead of the WWF. Yeah. I just hate that. As a matter of fact, Jake, you may have to go back quite a few episodes. We did actually do a top 5 list. Top 5 or top 10 of the championship belts that we
our top at least I think it was each of our top 5 belt designs of all time.
Yeah. So and the tag team championships were in that one, as well as non-heavyweight championships, et cetera, et cetera.
I designed this off of the Impact titles at the time.
Yes, these were the Night Owl Impact Tag Team Championships, which it obviously still shows the owl. But you changed it just enough for it to be unique. And then let's not even get with your heavyweight title, which basically took the big gold center plate and the spinner belt side plates. Now, my only critique about that one, and it's bothered me since day one, is you should have made the center plate just a little bit bigger.
It's deceiving because the big gold is 12 inches. That's 11.
I have a big gold.
I know. And that's 11. So it's very close to that size.
Yeah, but even then, like just the size of your 2 side plates kind of makes us look dwarfed, if you ask me. That's why I like the way this one looks, how the center plate of this one is so much bigger than our side plates. Even for here, it kind of folds into it, where this is kind of like a clash of 2 belts. So I'm telling you, if you would have made this maybe 13, 14 inches,
that would be fucking enormous. That would be AEW size.
Yes, but it would fucking fit in with these, or shrink these down a little bit. That's
I'm still happy with it.
They're your belts. It's your promotion.
I designed it.
Let me say it again. It's his fucking promotion. You fucking jack off. Not you, Jake. There's a whole story. Whole story again. Go find the old podcast of El Rey.
Yeah. So yeah, that was my lighthearted story for the week.
My favorite was the Tag Team Championship. That one was a great one. Actually, all those belts were great. The Midwest TNA heavyweight title I actually have. I have the first run that TNA put out on that one. The leather shit on it. It needs to be re-leathered. It's also gone through a lot of shit. My only nitpick on it, they were too gold. Too much gold. And if you notice, if you look close enough at these, which they're on our Facebook and Twitter pages, These are actually drawn information from the TNA Legends Championship. So, again, big fan of TNA. I've fucking watched it since day one. I've praised them since day one, even through the fucking Hogan era.
And the only belt design I've ever done that's gold is that one. Because this is silver, this is silver.
Yeah, the Women's Championship silver.
Women's Championship is silver. Yeah.
But it made sense. That means this belt was more important than these.
Right.
This is your main championship. This is your secondary championship. And I love the fact that you made tag team the secondary base rather than having a secondary singles belt.
Yep. Well, I'm a tag guy.
Yeah. I'm a TNA guy, so me and Jake's going to get along just fine.
Word. Hold on a second. I got it. That's from my mother.
Oh, hell. And I'm checking on our official HSP coasters. You know, I'll do that later. He's not that important. So, that happened. What
Sent me a joke. So this is a joke from my mother.
Oh, fuck me.
Did you hear about the worst zoo in the world? It only has one dog. It's really a shit zoo.
That's bullshit. That's a dad joke.
It's a shit zoo.
That's a bullshit. That's bullshit. God damn it.
Oh, she's fun. I love my mother. I love my mom.
God damn it.
So yeah, I mean, we've had great highs this year. I don't know what's going on with my shoot job.
Talk to us about it. I know you can't talk about certain things, but you can speak on a couple more broad things.
I have a really good job. Like my work, I really like.
Yes.
It's remote. I work hard. Got an advanced degree. I've done it for years. But the boss comes to us. Well, it doesn't come to us. It was very kind of buried in a text. She was like, "I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to pay salaries in December." And I'm like, "Wait a minute. December's Christmas and Hanukkah.
Mm-hmm.
It's the holiday time.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not paying us in December?"
Mm-mm.
Like, it's not that I don't want you. We can't. We don't have the money. I was like, "Can you do partials?" It can't even do partials. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
So my first question about that. So she couldn't pay y'all. Did she get paid?
She never technically takes a paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
The company just pays for everything for her. Like it pays her rent, her mortgage, her car, everything's in the business name. So technically, I guess, yeah, she was still getting paid.
So I'm not very privy to laws and such.
Mm.
But I was reading on that because I had a similar situation at a former establishment, which, has fighting ghosts and dorms and shit, where a similar situation was occurring. But the main higher up executive CEO cunt face bullshit boss person who nobody liked still drew a paycheck, but literally nobody else did for that month. Now, because of that, there was a lawsuit put in place by some of the employers or employees, and I jumped on that. And it turns out that if you can't pay your employees, you can't pull a paycheck either. That's not how
You're supposed to pay legally you're supposed to pay your employees before you pay the mortgage or rent on the office. Before anything gets paid, it's supposed to be your employees.
Exactly. So you see my concern right now.
Oh, I know.
Of her mortgage got paid. Her car payment got paid.
Well,
her groceries got paid.
I don't have any proof of that because technically it's just December. So 1 month behind on a mortgage isn't that big of a deal. So I don't know.
That's
that
if she didn't pay it, but if she did pay it.
No, I get you.
Yeah.
But I just don't have proof that she did.
And also, does that mean in January you're getting paid 2 months?
Oh, back pay? Fuck no.
Why the fuck are you still working?
Well, I'm not. I'm waiting. I'm like, if there's something that is like a closing for an investment or something that will definitely bring in money that I'm gonna see, I'll help. Otherwise, she doesn't have a right to my time.
I don't know, man. See, at that point, you are now the better person than me. I wouldn't even give her the fucking time of day until I got a fucking notification from my bank or my PayPal or Cash App or Venmo or whatever.
The problem is, I'm like integral to close some of these deals. Like the cute thing about being an attorney is that everybody with a cell phone thinks they're an attorney.
True.
Because Google, all you gotta do is that's not how the law works. Like, it would be like me trying to be a CFO just because I know how to balance my checkbook. It's like that. It doesn't work like that. There are years and years of expertise and knowledge, and like I'm a contract wizard. I mean, that's what I do. Like, negotiate and draft and review contracts. That's my shit. And nobody without 15 years of contract experience can do it as good as I can.
I understand that.
Bottom line.
I understand that.
So, but the thing is, like, and I experienced this when I was doing entertainment law a lot. I was doing entertainment law, and then, like, the economy was shit, and the first thing that goes is their attorney.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing that goes in any situation, unless you're a CEO that knows the dire importance of your legal team, they're the first ones to go.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. The profession doesn't have the respect that it once did, because everyone thinks, you hear the word lawyer and it's ambulance chasing. That's what people think of. People think attorneys are just out to fuck everything. I'm a business attorney.
Right.
I don't chase ambulances. I don't do frivolous lawsuits. I protect the companies I work for.
Yep.
That's it.
But I guess my biggest issue with this cunt, and that's what she is. I don't give a shit if she hears this or not. She ain't hearing it from you. She's hearing it from me. So if you want to try to sue me for slander, sue me. I know an attorney.
We'll do it live.
Fuck it!
No more dick.
I mean, that's probably her problem. She ain't got no dick in a long time.
That's probably
But
it.
my thing is, and it's been years, basically since I've met you and we've developed this brotherhood and friendship. You've always been treated like the redheaded stepchild of that company. And it's fucking horseshit. Because if anything ever goes wrong, you're always the first person to get blamed.
Yep.
Even if you're not fucking involved in the shit, you're somehow fucking blamed. But if something happens and you fucking bring in money, you never get the fucking recognition. It's she always turns it towards her right hand, or she just takes all the credit for herself. Or I want you to remember that one time you had the issue with the sprinkler system. This was about 6-7 months ago, if you remember correctly. You found a way to get it done more efficiently with about 30% less cost.
More than that, I brought it down from like 47 to like 18.
Okay, even
Like,
more than that.
Yeah,
But
and thousands.
But she jumped your shit because that's not what you needed to do that day.
Well, I don't know. I can't remember all the specifics, but I do know, as far as I know, that they didn't. They either haven't done it at all, or they didn't do the cheaper quote that I did. I don't get the most egregious thing. Like, and tempers have, not tempers, but emotions have been high because of the revenue situation.
Oh,
and the
temperature
page.
flared off screen. I promise that.
Um,
Mostly mine.
but there was one time where she had something confused with an insurance policy.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
And we needed it to back a commercial loan that she got.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure we had insurance. And she got a letter one day saying that because they didn't have this proof of insurance, that they went ahead and purchased insurance and were going to charge us back for it.
Right.
Which happens on pretty much any kind of property. If you don't keep homeowners insurance, they'll do it and charge you for it.
Right.
So, she sends this text and is like, to me and the CPA, who, by the way, are the only two people who are not related to her. And her text is something like, they've been asking for this policy for months and nobody got it to her. Now they're charging me this. Whose paycheck should I take this out of?
I fucking remember that shit. Dude, I was in front of a fucking client and I pretty much screamed, "What the fuck?" And he thought it was him. Like, I had to fucking explain that fucking shit in not so many words to my fucking client. Like, I was legit pissed off for you.
Yeah. Whose paycheck should I take this out? So I go through, and I do everything via email, and it drives some people crazy.
But it covers your tracks.
Yes. I will not have any kind of deal or any kind of work-related stuff without it being through email.
Mm-hmm.
So I went back through my emails and I checked all this shit. And she asked for this policy on, we'll say, October 10th.
Okay.
I had it to her by October 11th.
Mm-hmm.
And I texted back. I said, she asked for it one day. She had it in her hands the next. She acknowledged that she had it in her hands. I don't know what the problem is, but I guess take it out of my paycheck.
Which did not help my temper at all that day.
Because I knew she wouldn't do it.
I didn't know that.
And then she goes, instead of texting back, okay, I understand. Thank you. You know, we did everything right. She goes, well, she's been asking for this for months, so it shouldn't have mattered at that point. You know, she should have had it months ago. So, on a separate email,
Mm-hmm.
without her copied on it, I emailed the bank,
Mm-hmm.
this person directly. And I said, I want to know the entire history of you asking for this policy.
Mm-hmm.
She said, okay, give me 5 minutes. She and the insurance person within the bank spoke, and she sent me, this person did this, this person did this, this person did this.
Yep.
We didn't even know we needed it until the day, the 10th, that I told you.
Right.
We brought it up to her in a phone call the week before,
Mm-hmm.
and as a reminder, we sent y'all this email on the 10th.
Yes.
That we need this.
That-
So
that-
whole bullshit.
That got sent out on the 11th.
Yes.
Okay.
That whole bullshit about she's been asking for it for months. Complete bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
She was looking for something to be pissed off at. And when she couldn't just get pissed off that nobody had ever sent it to her,
Mm-hmm.
she had to pull in, oh, she's been asking this for months. Well, instead of just like, okay, thanks. Like, so, like, she doesn't know that I went and asked them at the bank about it.
Okay.
But if it comes up again, I'm going to throw it in their face. It's like, she gets in these positions or these times where she just feels like she has to be angry about something. And that's why there are tons of examples of that.
Yes.
I say, nope, I got this email this date, send it back to her same day. I think on that one she got it within 10 minutes of when she asked for it. It wasn't the next day.
Okay, well, either way.
Like she hit it, I hit it right back to her. And that's why I do everything through email, man. Because
it covers your ass.
I'm tired of everything that is like she can't blame me for like inventory and like manufacturing.
Mm-hmm.
But anything that I could possibly have my hand in, it's always, why didn't this get done?
You're a scapegoat.
Yeah.
And that's not how a fucking business is supposed to be ran. You're supposed to take accountability, find out your fucking situations, but don't ever fucking go on a fucking tirade to your fucking attorney of all goddamn people, who makes and breaks a lot of your fucking deals. That's stupid. There's no other word. It's fucking stupid. And like I said, this has been going back fucking years. I mean, since I first met you. And it's just gotten progressively worse. I'm glad we're taking this to new heights and new levels to where hopefully, this will compensate both of us in the near future so we don't have to deal with that shit. Not saying I'm going to quit my job. I love my job. I love the 401k that's in it. God, I love the 401k. But for you, I know it would be a huge weight off your shoulders to sit down and be able to do this full time. For me to be able to sit down and do this full time. And, we pave our own way. So hopefully, in 25 and 26, we get to that point where we both live comfortably, you do this full fucking time. I do this full fucking time and part-time on my other shit. And, we fucking thrive. And that's kind of why I wanted to do this today. Just get all the negative shit out the fucking way. So we're not taking that shit into the new year. We always hear it, new year, new me bullshit, right? But for this podcast, it's something we didn't really do last year, and we kind of took some of that baggage from 23 into 24, and it just added on. And I don't want that to fucking happen again. We had great success, especially in the third and fourth quarter of 24, as far as this is concerned. I want that success to keep going, keep building, and we fucking thrive. Elwood, sit the fuck down. This is not the time. He just wiped his ass. He wiped his ass and smiled at me.
He likes you.
I don't like him like
You're
that.
his friend.
No.
Yeah.
No. You're his friend.
True.
I'm not.
We're his friend.
You are his friend.
HSP is his friend.
There's no we here. This ain't Nintendo. This is more, if this is Nintendo, it's more like a Switch. It switches to you being his friend.
Oh, you're still talking?
Fuck you. But no, as far as tonight and this podcast, this was more or less just us getting to sit down and do something that we don't normally get to do. Usually, if we're sitting down here or we're out and about, it's always jokes. It's always having fun. Chilling out. We never really get to do these, I like to call therapy sessions. So I'm very, very thankful you agreed to do this. I know there's so much more shit on your plate right now that's very fresh. You don't want to talk about. I understand that. I respect that. But at any point you get to that point, on or off air,
Yeah.
call me.
We have another talking shit coming up this week. So by the last couple of days, we'll have mellowed out and I can talk about what just happened.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's the last thing for this fucking dude. My fucking niece is leaving for the Navy, and I don't know how to feel about it. At one point I want to be fucking proud, but the other point I am that overprotective uncle. I mean, her dad is not as protective of her as I am. Like, I will. You ever seen Bad Boys 2? Who the fuck is Reggie? That's me. I'm the daddy and the uncle. And she.
Well, you at least 30.
Oh,
you at least 30.
And I get it. You know, she's growing up. She's becoming her own person. She's blazing her own trail, and I couldn't be more proud of her, but I worry so much. I mean, she's going halfway across the country. You know, Uncle D won't just be there in a 5-minute phone call. There's travel, there's hotel, there's supplies for me to hide bodies. Yeah, it's going to be hard. And, you know, for her mom, my sister, you know, she took it even harder. And
from my experience, it's always easier to buy new paraphernalia for getting rid of bodies.
God damn it.
Like, I used to try to carry my own shit from here, and it was just cumbersome. Like, so when it's time to end somebody, you buy shit at their locale.
Listen, I'm not even worried about that, man. I can always go find a fucking shovel, some rope, and a goddamn plastic bag. That's not a problem.
Right.
Hardware stores are dime a dozen. They're like,
That's what I'm saying.
you can get that shit at Dollar Generals, and those motherfuckers are like a quarter a dozen. Goddamn.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm pretty emotional about that. She's sworn in today. Actually, as we're doing this, I couldn't bring myself to do it. She leaves out tomorrow. Yeah, she lands in Chicago for basic. She does that. She's gonna go do a tour, and then on her first leave, we're gonna fly up there and kind of surprise her. And since she doesn't listen to this, she doesn't know that shit.
Well, listen to our shit. So, all right, man. I think that's gonna do it for today.
All right.
Thank you guys for joining us.
Bitch, I gotta get the pleasantries. Bitch, go buy our shit. Heel shit merch. Goddamn. Okay.
What he said.
Okay.
Links in the description. Buy our shit. We got HSP shit. We got TFK shit.
We got it
Get
all.
it all.
Yeah, we got the pink hoodies that's as smooth as the inside of your granny's inside mouth skin.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Ask about me.
Ask about it.
All right. So, thank you guys. Thank you guys for joining us. I know it was a bit weird of a time, but holidays and shit. So,
Hey, we had to get it out.
So you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll see you tomorrow night for HSP for Draven Grimes. I'm Dark Chords. This has been Heel Shit. Why do we call it that? Because bad guys do heel shit. Peace.
Heel Shit Podcast, where the bad boys reign, never following